Hi Stitchers, thanks for tuning in. I'm Olivia and this is my friend Maddie.
Hello.
And I am here in Missouri visiting her and we're going to the Quilter Station retreat. Today's Thursday and it starts this evening and we're super excited about it. But while I'm here visiting Maddie, I thought I would take the opportunity to ask her to do a WIP parade and show us all her finishes because I want to exploit my friendship to get content for my channel.
Anytime, that's what real friends
Thank you.
do.
Yes, real friends give friends YouTube content for free. So she's going to show, she has a lot of beautiful projects. I would not let her come on here if they were ugly. So, not on this channel, my friend. Yeah. So I think we'll just dive right into it unless you have anything you want to say.
No, I don't really
put you on the spot there.
This is the third time I think that we've done this.
Yeah,
together, and
yeah.
It doesn't get any easier. So,
no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's never easy. But you're gonna shine. And if not, I will never post this because I do not need a dull person on my channel.
I'm gonna bring your view count down.
Oh, she just plays my videos on repeat in the back room so I can get some views.
I prop you up. All right.
I'm gonna be your Brenda, so you can just hand them to me when you're done.
So I tried really hard to be organized. I am not always super good at doing that, but I tried to write down the linen that I use, the floss that I use, the pattern, the designer, all of that. So I work from working copies a lot, so I don't always have the pattern, and I'm also in between two houses right now, so I've got stuff there and stuff here. So I will do my best to make things as thorough as possible. So the first one I'm going to start with is a pattern by Plum Street. Everyone knows and loves it. And this is actually my oldest WIP.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So I started it in January of 2017. So it's 5.5 years old, which actually makes me feel a little bit sad. But here it is. My God. So I'm doing this on a 40 count vintage mocha with a called for DMC. I finished the house a year or 2 years ago. That felt like a huge hurdle to get over. So now I'm kind of on the downslide.
Well, I remember you did it in chunks, like you kind of like assigned areas.
Right, I made some like big boxes and some small boxes, so I didn't feel like I was just, doing it all at once, and then I filled them in. The only change that I am making on this is that I'm not stitching all of that grass, and I'm cutting out the Tide Welcome, so I'm just cutting off my grass a lot higher up, and I'm bringing the border up. It just was more my aesthetic, so that is what I'm doing with that one.
That was definitely save some stitching.
Yeah. I have a lot to stitch. Some people can move through that really quickly. I cannot. So it was.
Are you stitching it in hand or in a Q-snap?
I have moved to exclusively stitching in hand.
You're about that.
Yeah. I used
that
to
helps
stitch.
With a big fill in.
Yeah, I used to stitch in a Q-snap, and then it was too hard to be mobile, so I just decided to move to stitching in hand, and that seemed to work a lot better for me. So,
same girl, same.
This was one of my most recent project bags that I made.
So pretty.
And then this is another Halloween WIP that I'm currently working on, and this is Jack the Halloween Cat by the Good Housewife. And I'm stitching mine on 35 count 18th century coffee bean by R&R, and it was actually some fabric that I got in a kit with another project, but
super pretty.
Yeah, so I really like it. The floss colors are my own conversion. I didn't have the called for colors, so I just kind of picked what I had from my own stash based off of the cover photo. I know I've got a lot of loose. Some people are really good at like keeping their floss organized. That's not me.
That's like
you will find it in the bag on my couch, on my 3-year-old running around. Sometimes you just never know where you're gonna find it. So, and that's okay. That's how we do things here. In the Midwest, we're a little bit more casual. So my next WIP is Faces of Eve. This is a Prairie Moon pattern.
The colors are... Oh wait, you converted the colors.
Yes. Well, the funny thing about this pattern is the colors that are listed as called for do not match the cover photo at all. Like, like, there's a certain level of error where it just, the picture makes it look different. No, that's not the case on this. They're completely different. So what I ended up doing after I started was I just looked at the picture and I just started pulling colors that I thought looked similar to the picture.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Just because I know people might ask if someone wants like a conversion or something, should they just leave a comment, or do you track that stuff?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you would like the conversion, I'm happy to list those out.
And I'll also put Maddie's Instagram handle down below, and I'll put it on the screen right now.
And I'm doing that as a Sal with Michelle, and you'll probably hear that about 50 times during this
Michelle
video.
Hudson of Sacramento, California.
That's right. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
We seem to do everything. We sell everything.
Yeah, they sell a lot. They sell a lot. That's their thing.
Yes, that's our thing. All right. So this next one, I'm gonna try really hard to not say it. I really want to get back to this. I really love this one because I will say it for every single pattern.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
There are worse things you could say.
So this one is, here's the cover photo. This is Our Lasting Friendship by Blackberry Designs.
They have a model in Quilter Station.
They do, and it's beautiful. This was gifted to me by my friend Darlene, Ohio Stitcher, on Instagram. Go check out her projects. She does amazing things. So that was gifted to me, and I'm stitching mine on 40 count Bramble by Picture This Plus, and I'm using the called for colors. And I actually started this on my birthday in 2019. So another one that has been languishing that I probably need to show some love to. So I'm gonna try
yeah, that needs love.
I don't know.
I better get in one of those circles.
Girl, you're welcome anytime. I remember going to Needle in a Haystack in California to kit up the colors, and Elena was there, and she almost like threw up. And I pulled the colors. Because so it's definitely like browns and greens.
I know, I love
like
these colors, the color palette.
Subdued, and she was like, "What even is that?" So, yeah, I love hearing her thoughts on my colors. It makes me.
There was one pattern she was going to stitch for me, and so we were pulling the colors at Needle and Haystack, and she was like, "Oh God, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it."
It's like a physical manifestation of her thoughts. Yeah,
we have different color tastes, different palettes.
Yeah,
Elena.
But I love the stuff that she does, and I know deep down inside she loves the stuff that
yes,
we do.
you know, it's like yin and yang.
She's a good friend.
She is.
All right. So I can say with certainty that this is absolutely my favorite WIP, and will probably be my favorite. Yeah. This is Ragamuffin number 2, a Quaker sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. I don't know what it is about this pattern. I don't know if it's the simple black alphabet at the top or like the soft romantic
like this is
kind
you.
of.
This is Maddie's style in
yes.
a nutshell right there.
If my soul had a pattern, I feel like this would be it. So I love it. I'm stitching it on 40 count vintage maple sugar by Lakeside Linens, and I'm using the called for colors, which are just perfection. So I'm gonna put that right there. And go ahead and hold this up. So I kind of get on kicks with this one. I don't know why, for it being my favorite, I don't know why I just haven't like buckled down and worked on it. I don't know if I'm like sad that it's going to end at some point, so I just kind of am relishing it and taking it slow, but I don't know, it's so beautiful. I love it. And I know that as soon as I finish it, it will just sit there because I have a problem where I don't frame things. So I don't know, maybe this way at least I can touch it if it's a WIP and I can see it.
I think that, I think when you really enjoy a WIP, it's like you want to save it to work on it for when you really like can savor it rather than just mindless stitching.
Fabric is just amazing. I know Lakeside Linens is really hard to find, and that's sad because it's definitely one of my favorite, but they are just masters with dyeing. So yeah, it's really pretty. And I think I can't remember, I think I changed one of the alphabets to eyelet stitches. I think this one right here, I'm doing eyelet stitches. I think it just calls for regular cross stitch, but I'm a sucker for an eyelet alphabet, so.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am. I got a lot. All right. This bag, I love this bag. You made this bag, and I love it because it's so big. And I probably need to put a bigger WIP in it, but I don't know. It just makes me happy.
Elena wants you to make bigger bags like that. She likes that size.
Every time I pull it out, I'm like, I could fit in this thing, and it just makes me incredibly happy. So,
oh my gosh.
This one was a salve that we all did together. You, me, Michelle, and Angela. So this
We're hanging out with Angela at the retreat.
Yeah, we are.
Exciting.
You already got to see her. I'm a little jealous. That's okay. Today's my day. This is Home Place at Christmas by Now Forgotten Farm.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know what fabric I stitched it on, but I am using the called for DMC, except I think I changed the house color to be a different. I think we all did.
Color.
Yeah.
It's funny. I don't even remember what the original.
I think it was really orange.
Gotcha.
And I think we all went on something a little bit more red, although mine's still reading kind of orange. But
I'd say rust.
Yeah,
I think I went with the rust color too.
Yeah.
Which I love rust.
The thing that always gets me about her patterns is that they always stitch up so different than the pictures.
They do.
And I know that that's the case for a lot of designers, but like hers especially,
Definitely.
I don't know. I see some of her patterns finished, and I'm like, what is that? That's beautiful. And then it's like, oh, it's a Not Forgotten Farm. And I'm like, of course it is. Like,
yeah.
So I probably just need to stitch more of hers.
Jen's stitching it. I feel like I always get enabled for more Not Forgotten Farms by the finishes in her background.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has beautiful.
Yeah, once you see them stitched up.
This WIP was a kit that we got last year at the Quilter Station retreat. That was I think that was the first year that they did the actual like fall retreat, and I was lucky enough to get to go, and this was our pattern from Chessie and me. It's a scissor fob, I think a little, there's a little decorative piece that goes on a house that we finished, and then there's kind of like a sewing roll kind of thing. So I'm kind of thread hanging at the front, sorry. I've done the little scissor fob, and then I'm working on the little piece that goes on the house, and I'll show you the house that we finished. So
That's a pretty linen.
Yeah.
Seraphim?
Yeah, it's old stationery.
Nice.
Yeah, old stationery, 36 count. It's really pretty, and then just a bunch of called for fancy floss. So this is the little house that we finished, which is the paint and wax, and it was really cool. I'd never seen her technique for waxing, so she just takes like a wax candle and just rubs it on.
Okay.
And then when you paint over it, it just kind of, the paint doesn't adhere to the wax part, which was, I don't know, I'd never done it that way before. So that was really cool. And then this little piece right here that I'm currently working on will sit on the roof of the house. Yeah, kind of like that. So it'll be really cute. I need to finish the limit for this fall so I can have that out. Thank you. So this one is in one of my favorite bags made by yours truly. Olivia made me this bag, and it's fantastic. Not only does it have wool applique, but it also has stitching right here, and I think that's a pattern from Stacey Nash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just regular hand applique, no wool.
Oh, sorry.
No,
that's
that's
regular applique.
Too much dog hair in my house. Gift wool applique.
For real. So this, what is this? Oh, Blessings Be Done. Oh, right here. Okay, so this one I saw, I can't remember what page it's on.
Pretty, okay.
I saw this stitched up when we went to the attic in 2018. They had this stitched up and framed, and they had done it on 5260, so the real high count linen, and I was like, I can do that, because I thought more of myself at that point in time.
You get in there, once you're there.
Yeah, and Jean definitely is a huge encouragement to that. She makes you feel like you can do anything. So
and you can. I mean, you're obviously doing it.
Well, I got started. So this is 5260 vintage pear, and I got a good start on it. The thing is, you have to have like special needles to handle.
Did you do? I forget what you were. Did you use a beading needle?
I do use a beading needle. Yeah, that's what she
Is this the Tudor silk?
Yes, and so it doesn't call for Tudor silk, but I that's what we recommended. So I have the colors. They're really pretty. Awesome. It's just 4 colors, so
that's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's vintage pear by Lakeside Linen. Yeah, it's really pretty. And it's fun. I mean, it's fun to try to try that. Alright, this is one of my most recent finishes. This pattern is unfortunately out of print and can be a little hard to find. I had a search on eBay and I waited probably for a couple of years before it came up, and as soon as it came up I snatched it really quick. So this is a pattern called As the Crow Flies by Stone and Thread.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I tried looking for more of their patterns.
Oh,
I know, right? I know. I don't know if that's a Hog River frame.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Hog River.
Okay, so it is a Hog River frame.
Jessica will probably find it in the
Oh,
store.
yeah, girl. She's on point when it comes to that kind of stuff. She's got some major.
That's Schoolhouse Stitcher.
Yes.
Very jealous of her recent thrift store haul.
Yeah, for $1. $1.
She got a Hog River frame for $1.
Yeah. So I stitched this on a piece of 35 count. I don't know what the color is.
So cute.
With the called for colors.
Oh man.
The only thing was,
you said you don't love the coverage.
yeah, I don't love the coverage. Just of the crow. Everything else is fine, but I'm kind of picky about black coverage. So I don't know. I'm gonna sit with it for a while. I'm gonna frame it. Tend to like loosely frame it and sit with it for a while and see how I feel about it. And then if I don't end up loving it, then I'll just go over it with another cross.
I think it looks good. I think it looks prim.
Yeah.
But it's all about if you like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I may just like.
I think
I
your
may just
idea
not
is good.
care. I may just not care at some point and just be like, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I have things on my wall that I want to reframe, but I don't want to once the piece is actually in
it's
something,
done.
I'm like, it's done.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I've got so much to stitch. I've got, I don't know if it's worth taking the time. Like, I guess I don't know. Yeah. I think I'm over.
Frame it loosely, and then you have the rest of your life to decide if you want to go back.
Or I'll just gift it, and then someone else can look at it. This is a bag that I made recently. What is the line?
Oh, I know.
I'm drawing a blank now. Yeah. Shoot. I don't remember. I'll let you know and you can put it below. But it's a beautiful line of fabrics. So this one is Goodness and Plenty by Plum Street Samplers, and I'm doing. I can't remember if she individually names the charts in there. I'm doing the one with the crow in the middle, or the Blackbird, whatever you call it. Harvest Bird. Yeah, so she calls it Harvest Bird. And I'm doing mine on a piece of 36 count Stars Hollow Blend, and I'm just using the called for colors.
Stomach's growling, gurgling.
So yeah, the fabric's a little bit
so
see-through, but I still the colors really
fall
pretty.
colors. Your friend Robin is stitching Olga's stocking last night. I've never seen it in person stitched.
Is it so beautiful?
Yes.
Yes. I'm probably gonna end up buying that before the weekend is over. Oh man.
I know, we're just talking about the best part of the retreats. One of the best parts is seeing everyone's it's just so enabling, seeing all these pieces in person that you don't usually get to see in person.
That one is a lot of stitching.
That's a lot of stitching.
It's a lot of stitching, especially when you get down to
and then you have to stitch too, so you can wear them.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Sorry, my dad joke. Yeah, I wear all my stitch stockings.
Honestly, I could see my child doing that, finding a stocking and just putting it on, walking. I was like, "What are you doing?" Stocking on the wall with a okay, this is speaking of my child. This is I'm doing this for her birth sampler. So this is Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs, and I'm stitching mine on 40 count Velt by Picture This Plus with the called for colors. And Velt is one of those fabrics to me that when you see it plain, with nothing on it, you're like, holy cow, it's a lot. It's a lot of modeling. It's a lot of colors. But then once you start stitching on top of it, it really tames
it. Perfect for this piece.
Yeah, I think that's the called for.
That would make sense.
Yeah, they do I think they do a lot of stuff on Velt.
Yeah.
Or they used to, and then it's kind of switched to Oaken and
Oaken, yeah, that's true.
So super pretty.
You made this bag.
I did. I made those when we went to our retreat in 2018.
Love that bag.
Yeah. The next one is Birds of a Feather Green Santa.
Oh, I love these guys.
I was lucky enough to find that one on eBay.
She is green and I have yellow or gold.
gold.
But
So we need
that's
black.
where we end.
Black and red, which are like the two hardest ones
They
to
could find a way to get this re-released.
Yeah.
These would be a big hit. They're adorable.
McKenna.
Kinda.
We know that you have magic and you
Yeah.
can get people to re-release their stuff.
Yeah. He's got a pretzel.
He does have a pretzel, which is pretty much the most charming thing I think that Santa could hold. So forget gifts, just give me.
Just give me the pretzel.
I'm stitching mine on Green Santa by Birds of a Feather. I'm stitching it on 32 count cappuccino, and I'm using the called for colors, which includes that sparkly.
Oh, it's sparkly. Oh my god, he's so cute. You're really far on this.
Yeah, I don't have too much more to go.
Wow.
The thing is, I don't know what I want to do with them.
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah.
I don't know either. I've seen people that have the little pillows, and I think that's probably the way to go.
Yeah.
But I could also see. Actually, I could see also making it like a little wall hanging with like a 4-part.
That'd be cute.
Piece quilt. Yeah. Quilted.
So that means I need to hunt down the other two.
Yeah, or we just do the two. I guess we'll see. See what happens by the time we finish the two we have, and then
a couple of years. I got time. Turn on my eBay search. I don't know. Alright. This is another one. I'm almost finished with this. I just have the bag stitching left. So I'm doing a Santa ornament every year for Vivian, my daughter. So this was the one that I chose. I think this was last year's. So this is Santa Claus Christmas Ornament by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and she has an Etsy site shop, so that's where I got the pattern from. It's a 28 count scrapbook. It's a green. I don't know what color it is, and then I'm using the called for DMC, and I love him.
He is so cute.
Sweet. There's just a little bit of back stitching, like these are kind of like poofs, and they've got
rosy cheeks, big beard.
Yeah, he's super cute. So I'm excited to get that finished and get that into an ornament
this year, huh?
We'll see.
No pressure.
She doesn't
She
know.
won't know, right?
Yeah. I figure I have until she's about, I don't know, 7.
Yeah.
She really starts keeping track of it. Okay, so this one is Deborah Walker by Chester County Collection. Again, I was super lucky to find this one on eBay. And I love this. This reminds me a lot of the Ragamuffin, just the Quaker elements and the kind of romantic, like floral.
The flowers,
so, and
light blues.
I'm stitching mine on just a 40 count raw, and then I'm using the called for DMC. And this one does have over 1, which makes things go a little bit slower. But I love how delicate it is. And it's just really pretty. So I'm trying to give myself grace and just accept the fact that a lot of these are just going to take many, many years. Hopefully I have time to stitch them all.
It's got dark.
Yeah, sorry. I'll have time.
I grant you time.
Thank you.
And you're young.
Yeah, and this one's pretty big. I don't remember. Does it say the stitch count in there?
Oh, it's a fold out.
290 by 263. So not terribly big.
It's got queen stitches. And yeah, it does have a lot of.
I've never done queen stitches. It's got the over 1. I think there are some satin stitches too. But
cool.
It's beautiful. And I love it.
Yeah, I never see that one stitched.
Yeah,
I've never seen the chart.
I think there's a sister sampler to it as well. I think I can't remember what the sister one is, but there's two sisters.
Yeah. Reds. Sorry, did you say DMC?
Yes, DMC, and those are actually
colors.
One of the very few projects that I actually have like nicely threaded.
That's why I pulled out the one with the nice one.
We're being real. We're being real. So
bling bling.
Yeah, I don't.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So pretty.
You know you have scissors in here.
No, don't do that. So that's where they go to.
Do you want this in here?
You can just throw it on top. I'll throw it out later. This one was a bag that you did too.
Oh my gosh.
This is one of the Vana style bags.
With
the
oh my gosh. Vana the Twisted Stitch has a tutorial, if you don't know, on making project bags without zippers. And when that came out, I went nuts. I went nuts on that little sewing machine I had at the time. I just made
you made
Yeah, it was a blast.
fat stack of those things.
Even Elena made a couple.
She did?
Yeah.
She
doesn't sew, but she made a couple of those.
She came over to your house, and you guys still managed to remain sisters after that. Yeah. It was impressive. I love opening those and saying, what is this? I don't know. And I realized I got it over here. I tried really hard to iron a lot of these.
That's good of you.
Okay, so this is Pumpkinheart by Subrosa. She's also on Etsy. I'm doing mine on 36 count Oaken, and I'm doing my own floss colors. Now, this is a cautionary tale. When you change colors, write them down. Because I did this a long time ago, many years, and I chose colors, and I do not remember. And honestly, the only thing that concerns me is that white, because I'm halfway through the house, and whites can be so variable. I don't even know if I have that color anymore. I may have used it for something else. And I did not write it down. Yeah. So it may be like a patchwork white house.
Any chance it was a DMC? Or these look like a variegated.
Nope. Yeah, it's definitely, I have a picture of it when I started on my Instagram, but I like cropped out the tags of the floss. But I can see that it's like on a specialty floss. So from my woes to you, write your stuff down if you change colors. Don't be like me. And I think I did that on another piece too. I didn't write down them. All right. So this one was, I think Michelle gifted this to me one year for Christmas. So this is the Sister Sampler Pink Heap by Stacey Nash. I haven't seen this one stitched a lot either. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of a lesser known one. I really loved the two fabrics and joining them together, and I initially started out doing it that way, but then I was like, no, I'm too lazy, and I just want to stitch it. So I'm doing mine on a piece of 40 count vintage sand dune by Lakeside Linens, and I am using the called for specialty flosses, which is just like Weeks and Classic Colorworks. So I love this fabric. I haven't gotten too far. That house is pretty big, the White House.
Yeah.
And this one, actually, I remember I started this one and I started the wrong orientation. That's right. I got that middle line of motifs done. Yes. And then I was like, this doesn't look like, I don't think I'm going to have enough room. And sure enough, I measured and I had started up and down instead of side to side. So I had to pick it all out. And yeah, that was really sad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Back to you. Okay, you should recognize this one.
Oh, yeah.
So this is from the Sisters book by Blackbird Designs, which is honestly one of my favorite and one of the ones that I've stitched the most out of. So this is Witch No More. Yeah. It's kind of a weird combination of patterns in this book, I feel like.
Yeah.
So you've got the sister samplers in there. You've got this, which to me is kind of like fall Halloween. And I think there's a Goodness and Plenty, which is more like a Christmas sampler in there. Yeah.
This is a really good book.
So I'm stitching mine on 40 count sand by Picture This Plus with the called for. And then this was a sal that we did together. And I know you finished yours on 46 count, right? Yours is really small and beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
I don't remember if Michelle started this with us. I don't know.
I think she gifted both of us. Was it this book?
I don't know. She gives us
a
she's wonderful.
Very generous lady.
So here is that. And it's not even like it's a big pattern. And I love the the purple.
There's a lot of it's a different color pattern.
Yeah, purple I feel like is underused, especially like the dusty mauvey kind of purples. I feel like that's a really underused fall color.
I do remember there being quite a bit of stitching. Yeah.
And those quilt stars though are just amazing.
That is beautiful. Do they have a bag?
No. Nope. So this is another Olivia B bag. I love this one.
I love that fabric.
Yes, the navy blue with the red. It's gorgeous. What do I have in here?
I gotta tell you, I see black. I don't see navy blue.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This really looks black to you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I know. We're gonna have to get like another. I have the same bag. It's gonna be one of those
dress things.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring that to the retreat and ask people what color they see. Yeah.
I don't know. You weigh in the comments. What does this look like to you? Is this blue? Really?
Yeah.
fireplace is black. Is that the same? Oh. Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go. It's on.
We'll revisit.
All right. This is A Merry Heart by Plum Street Samplers.
Oh, I love this one too.
So, are there 2 patterns named A Merry Heart?
No, the other one's Friends of the Heart.
Friends
right?
of the Heart.
Yeah.
Okay. So HART though with that one too, right?
Yeah.
I
Same.
wonder what HART then is. Is it the stag
Heart
thing?
is the stag.
Okay. By Plum Street. I'm stitching mine on 36 count ale by Picture This Plus, and I'm using the called for colors. And this one is also. I'm a sucker for a darker fabric, especially with any kind of like white or lighter color stitched on it.
It does make them pop.
Yeah. And that checkered house is
Oh my god.
amazing. It's not super fun to stitch, but it's worth it for yeah. It's really pretty.
Put it in your black bag.
You mean my blue bag? That's great. Are we gonna be able to be friends anymore?
I think we can. I think we'll work through it.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think cross stitch, our bond of cross stitch is stronger?
I'm gonna get like 50 people at the retreat to pay the black. I'm gonna pay them.
Don't bribe them. You make cool things. I don't have anything. All right. This one is from. So I think this came out as a retreat piece first, and then it got put into a book. I think. That's Liberty Rose by Blackbird Designs.
Michelle finished this one, right?
Yes, and I think it's framed.
I think so too. I think I saw it on her.
Yeah, hers is really pretty. And again, I was totally enamored with the 2 fabrics, and I even bought 2 fabrics to do it. And again, I'm not doing it on 2 fabrics because
I don't know that I'll ever have the guts.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't know, that berry bowl sampler on 2 fabrics. Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm stitching mine on 36 count vintage lentil by Lakeside Linens, and I'm using the 3 called for. There's only 3 colors. I'm using the 3 called for ones and that. So I've got one side done. I actually need to put in initials.
And you got a lot done on that.
Yeah. So I just have this smaller half left to do.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I don't know. I seem to have this weird thing where I get really close to finishing stuff, or like close, and then I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, I hear people mention that.
I don't. What is that?
I don't know.
Why do you? Why do people do that?
You guys don't like to. Well, I mean, I've said to you before, like, once you finish it, now you gotta FFO it, or there's that pressure, maybe.
Yeah, that, and then like you're finished, and it's like, what now? So I don't know if I just keep myself in this perpetual loop of like, don't finish anything, and then you can just keep working on all the things because
I don't really like starting. Maybe you should start stitching me. I'll finish them.
I don't know. So this bag is a. I think it's.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I think it's dot goose. I thought there was a tag.
Oh, there it is right here.
Oh yeah, it's a dot goose. Yeah, and I think Laura showed this on their video, and then she put one up, and I loved it. So I ran and got one. Yeah, it's got the cool Santa panel on the back. So this is Season's Greetings from the Christmas Samplers 2 book by Prairie Schooler, and Michelle and I are doing this as a Sal, and I'm doing mine on 32 count. Winter Moon. Is Weigart?
Yeah, I think that's just as
okay. That's just their color.
I think so. Yeah.
And a huge shout out to Hollis Hands Creates. She's here local in the area, and I love ordering from her. She's super fast, and she always puts tags on her fabric, which is amazing.
That's cute. She's got like a business card.
Yeah.
You order from her.
Yeah, I love ordering from her. So I'm just doing that with a called for DMC, except I think I did change the red to be a little bit more bright and vibrant.
That's so cute.
I love it, and I'm pretty sure that I was enabled again by Laura after because she showed it. I think she stitched it for her mom, and I was like, oh, I love it. Nice. So I of course had to do it. That's my working Okay, so this one, this is Happy Christmas by the Prairie Schooler, and I'm stitching it on Salem. I think it's Salem, by Color and Cotton, which one of the biggest regrets I ever have is leaving her fabric of the month club. I did that a couple of years ago, and I regret it because it's so hard. I've been on the wait list for. I love her fabric. Her colors are so beautiful, but she has a wait list like a mile. I think she closed her wait list actually because it just was getting so long. But
that's beautiful.
Yeah, her fabrics are amazing. So that's.
Do you have a nice little stash?
I
think
do.
You do, but you're keeping them too scared to use them, right?
Yeah, and when I first started, I mean, I got a lot of. She definitely does a lot more neutral colors now. So when I was in it, they were kind of like more out there colors. But
and then those are kind of hard to use.
Yeah, but when I find one like this one, I just think it's perfect for like a nice winter night scene. But yeah, I love it. And that's just the called for DMC. And I am doing this as a Sal with Michelle. Pretty much any Christmas piece is a Sal with Michelle.
Michelle loves Christmas.
Michelle does love Christmas.
Michelle and Lena are our little Christmas elves.
Yes.
We're the Halloween ghouls.
We bring the Halloween and I bring the Christmas. Another Olivia Vana bag. I was the lucky recipient. I think you had us over to your house one day and you're just like, just go pick what you want.
I'm not gonna lie, people. I still have a stack of bags that they didn't want that I need to get rid of. So I don't really know what to do with that.
So this one I only have my working copy in here, but this is Bless Our Home by Lottie Dots, one of her samplers. And I'm doing mine on 40 count vintage autumn gold by Lakeside Linens with the called for, except I did change the lettering color, the blue lettering color. Again, one that I don't see stitched very often. I'm doing this as a Sal with Michelle and our other friend Monica Stitching on Instagram.
Beautiful.
So yeah, we started this a year and a half ago. I don't know. The combination of that red and then like the teal just gets me.
And then that like gray neutral.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I haven't decided yet.
Autumn gold vintage autumn gold was perfect for this.
I can't remember. I want to say Monica did hers on a really dark fabric too, and I was like, I have to do that. I love it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to change the words in the middle yet or not. It's just I think it's Bless Our Home on every side, bless our friends who come inside, something like that. The real well-known one. So I don't know if I'm going to change that.
Maybe just like Olivia was here.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or like Get Out.
Into your home.
With like this really beautiful sampler.
You're
not welcome. So I don't get many guests.
I'm actually the same way. I'm like I love people. I love my friends, but I don't really love house guests. I'm not gonna. That's on.
Can we just like meet at a restaurant or something?
Yeah, like I'm visiting Maddie, but I'm staying at the hotel. She was very welcoming and open to me staying here, but
she wanted her own bed and she didn't want a 3-year-old running around waking her up. I miss my old dog, but it's nice having to spread out. Not having to share your bed.
Yes, it's a nice little break.
So this.
Also, I just want to. I'm not calling Glenn my old dog. I'm actually referring to my old dog.
Dogs at your house.
We all of us sleep in the bed. It's a party every night.
This one is Jane Baxter.
Oh yeah.
Who is this? Victorian Rose Needle Arts. That's right. So I am actually doing the country sampler conversion of it, which is amazing. You have to call them and order it from them in order to get the conversion. Okay, so this one, I went all out and I decided to...
you did the whole border.
I did the border, and I'm really happy I did because now I can just pick it up and do the motifs. So the reason I stopped was because I stitched these motifs up here and then I realized that I hated that red. It is too pink for me. So I'm going to need to pull out that and find something a little bit more red. I'm not sure if I said I'm stitching it on 40 count vintage maritime white by Lakeside Linens, which is really pretty. I need to get back to that one. It'd be a good Thanksgiving-ish time one because it does have the turkeys. It's super cute. Again, the purple.
Yeah.
The purple and the teal and the red, just really pretty. All right, only a couple more whips.
Well, it's so organized. It goes so much faster.
I feel like I'm blowing through them. Okay, so this one I've had as a whip for a couple of years. This is Hello Winter by Plum Street Samplers, and I'm doing mine on 36 count. I don't know how to say it. Cara Marble, and it's color and cotton.
I think it's Cara.
Cotton. Yeah. You do it. You can do it. It's a really pretty like snowy winter color.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm doing that with the called for colors.
You don't have that much left.
I don't. Well, that sheep's gonna be in its white.
It is
stitching.
solid.
Yeah.
The flowers do.
But it's really pretty.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of kind of like a cottage garden pattern. How they do like the real bold kind of almost outline and then color in. I really like that. It's a pretty one. That's another bag that I made.
That's beautiful.
I think that's a Blackbird line.
Yes, I think it's in the meadow. No, I could be wrong.
Is it that at-home one? No. I don't know.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
I don't know. It's a Blackbird. Yeah. It's a Blackbird line.
I think you're right.
Pretty.
It's at home. Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I should take better note.
They had quite a few older Blackbird Designs fabrics at Quilter Station.
Yes, and fabrics. The older Blackbird fabrics. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said pattern. What did I think you said? Yeah, sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I can find them. I can see them randomly and remembering them.
What is this one? Oh, here's my tag.
While she's looking for that, they told us not to take pictures. I think it had something to do with the quilts. I posted on Instagram. But I just want to let you know, if you go on Google Maps, you can like look around the store if you're like really curious, since I couldn't really do pictures or a video or anything. So just FYI. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone else, I can't remember if Lisa Kindred Stitcher did a video of that store. But anyway, you can see pictures on Instagram somewhere. I don't have them.
It's so beautiful.
But
I mean,
it's amazing.
If you enjoy any kind of quilting
or wool applique,
so beautiful.
So
just seeing the quilts in person, like there's really nothing comparable to
Yeah.
actually seeing them in person. Even if you're not a quilter, I mean, just appreciating. You can see like the work and effort that went into making those. I don't know. I thought I had tag for this, but I guess I don't. So this is Birds of a Feather by Blackbird Designs. I was lucky enough to be able to borrow the pattern.
I thought the back was the front. It's so neat.
I'm stitching mine on 36 count vintage exemplar from Lakeside Linens, and I'm doing the DMC.
So cool.
I
so
love
different.
this one. It is. It's completely different for them.
Yeah,
it's just
lollipop flowers. It's so cool. I can't remember now. Is this in print now or not? It's not. Okay.
Nope. Unfortunately not. I always confuse it with you shouldn't, but Sally Spencer, because they kind of have similar color schemes, and I think Sally Spencer came back into, that's a Birds of a Feather, but it came back into print for a while, and then people like bought it, and now it's gone again. This one just, I don't know if they ever.
Because I remember when you went to the last Quilter Station retreat, didn't she have like the model there, or she had? Was that like crazy?
No, she probably did because they were there. I mean, she was there.
Yeah.
So
and you guys, they gifted you guys some of like the older out print charts,
I think we
but
got,
not that one.
Right, we got like Quaker Garden and a couple of other older
and
ones.
I remember because you just sent a picture of the model was there, and I thought maybe they were gonna re-release it. It's kind of a tease. maybe
they will. I mean, she's been really good about re-releasing stuff.
Yeah.
So
and I think they've been great about doing like books where they take several of the older pieces.
It's a really. I mean, I know there are a lot of people who would like to stitch it. So we're putting out the call. And I am doing that as a sal with Michelle. She's made really good progress on hers too.
Yes,
so.
she's been dedicated.
We're racing. So I have another Olivia B bag. This was one of your more recent ones.
Oh yeah.
So I love
bought that
this.
one for me.
It was worth every penny.
That's a Three Sisters fabric.
So this is, I don't have a picture of it because it's a download. It's a PDF download from, so this is from 1884 Stitchery, and it's called Helene Sorensen, 1895. I saw this. I was enabled by, is it Mountain Craft Studio? Mountain Craft?
Mountain Craft Studio.
I'm
going to put it on the screen because I know she has a Flosstube and an Instagram.
Yeah,
she has a lot of beautiful stuff.
She does, and she showed a couple of patterns. I want to say they're Scandinavian. I think that sounds right. I don't know. She showed this one, and I was
definitely a word.
Yeah, it's
I
a
can
word.
confirm that.
I think it's a word. I can't remember.
Scandinavian is definitely a word.
Yeah, she showed some kind of word sampler patterns, and this was on there, and I like immediately fell in love, and I went out basically like the next day and bought the pattern, kitted it up. It's just a DMC. So I'm stitching mine on 36 count vintage bisque by Lakeside Linens with a DMC. I did change one color. There was a really bright orange in there, and that just wasn't my jam. So I toned it down just a little bit and went for like a more peach.
You went at this one.
I went at that one. I love it. It's so pretty.
That's beautiful. I think you should bring this today.
You think so?
I think so, because I feel like I've never seen this before.
I think I tried looking at the hashtag on Instagram, and I think I.
Well, you said the designer's 1884 Stitchery, but is it 1884 Stitchery selling a reprint?
No, McKenna actually charted it.
Oh, wow.
Like she bought.
Okay. She has the original. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good job, McKenna.
Yeah. So she did a beautiful job charting it, and you can get it on her website as either a hard copy or a PDF. So and I'm all about that instant gratification.
Yeah. I like those PDFs too.
So that's all my WIPs.
Oh, great work!
Yeah. Woo!
Yay! Good job.
So that's exciting.
Okay, so we'll pause real quick. All right. So those were the WIPs, and now she's gonna show us some of her beautiful finishes, which I'm excited for.
Yay!
So I'll let you get to it.
All right. So first up, I finished this one this year. So this is a heartstring samplery pattern, and it came. I want to say it's for the birds number 2. She has like. Not a book, but like a collection of like 3 or 4 patterns that come in each of the collections, and this was the Morning Dove. So I did that on 36 count raw, and I just picked my own colors on that one. They're just DMCs, and I do have I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking I want to do like a round oval frame for it. I may need to darken up the green. I kind of want more like an olivey,
maybe a dark wax.
Yeah, something like that. But I'd like to have that finished. And put into that frame. So that's my current plan for that one. That was a lot of stitching. Deceptively. So those birds were pretty intensive. So my next one, and I don't have a lot of patterns for my finishes just because they're put away.
Well, it's already done. You can see it.
Yeah. So this is a pattern called Joy Noelle by Pineberry Lane, and it was a club kit from Country Sampler. My friend Michelle let me borrow the pattern, so I stitched mine at a 36 count. I don't remember the fabric, and then I just picked my own colors, so I don't remember a lot about that one. But I remember seeing this, and I became obsessed with it because it's beautiful, and I have a thing for square samplers, so I immediately wanted to stitch that, and I kind of went all in on that and finished it. So I need to get it framed. Again, this is what I do. I get excited, I stitch them, and then they just sit. So I don't. What's the point of getting obsessed with something if you're never going to put it out? But
because you enjoy the process, you enjoy looking at the finished product, and
but I'd also like the finished product up on a while. And I know this is like the complaint of I'm not alone in this issue. I know so many people deal with it. It's just a hard thing to get. Past and framing's expensive, and
it's not that fun.
Well, it's like I was talking to you about too. Like, when it comes down to it, and I think about it, and I'm like, oh, I should really get some stuff finished today, or I should really get it framed. It's like, do I want to spend my time doing that, or do I want to spend my time stitching? And stitching always wins.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I probably just need to set aside time to make myself do it.
I think you should feel really bad about it.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. Consider. I feel bad. I feel really bad.
Good.
I'm just shamed. You're such a good friend.
I know. Makes me feel better.
All right. This is Moonlit Garden by Blackbird Designs. I stitched it on
God, beautiful.
35 count Havana by Weeks Dye Works, and I used the called for colors.
So good.
Again, I was really lucky to be able to have someone to borrow this pattern from. And I know you stitched yours without the words, and I kind of like that. I kind of wish I would have done that, but I really love that sentiment. I do
actually. This is a really, as far as verses go, this is stuff good.
I just think it bothers me because the last
Beatles songs, right?
What'd you say?
And as far as Beatles songs go.
Yeah, exactly. I think it bothers me because the last word is the only one down there, and so
it's just alone.
It's gonna. I tried framing it before. You can kind of see the frame lines. I need to find a new frame that kind of does it justice and pulls out the colors a little bit. But
I think it looks beautiful.
Yeah, as far as like fall stitching, it's just a really classic.
I actually just cut out some of the stars from my like Appliquick paper because I want to make the
quilt
version. But it's quite a bit of.
Is it blue?
It's small, but it's a lot involved.
Does it have blue in it, or are you just doing
it
with
black?
Blue?
I don't know.
Oh my god, this is like going to be a prevalent thing for
actually,
us now,
literally, the fabric for the quilt version is black. That's what I stitched on it on blue.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, stitched it on blue. But
okay.
The quilt version, they have a black background.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I like my blue.
You love your blue.
Colors.
Blue of all colors. All right. Oh, this is. I'm gonna save that one till the end. Okay, so this is. I'll take the pin out so you don't harm yourself here. This is a pattern by Primitive Betty's. I got it. It's still available on her Etsy. You can get it as a PDF download. And it's called Live, Laugh, Love. Or if you are Olivia, it is called Live, Laugh, Ladder.
Ladder.
So that was pretty funny when you said that. I did change so it used to say Live, Laugh, Love, like right down here, the wording. And then I changed that to a Latin phrase. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but it means while I breathe, I hope. And I did that. It was kind of indicative of the time. It was last year, kind of in the height of COVID. And I don't know, things were just rough and a lot of, hopelessness and feeling kind of yucky about things. So I don't know, it was just kind of like a therapeutic little stitch. So I stitched this on 36 count tea leaves by Color and Cotton. And then I used the called for colors. And her patterns are really cool. I mean, I think she's really underrated as a designer. I don't see a lot of people stitching her stuff, but I do like it. So, all right. This is one of my favorite finishes. So this is called the Silk Sampler by Birds of a Feather. I stitched it on a piece of 40 count Boo by Silk Weaver, and I love that fabric. It is beautiful. It feels so nice to stitch on. I have already resigned myself to the fact that I'll probably never get Silk Weaver again unless I find it on eBay, because I've heard lots of horror stories about ordering it, and I'm just not willing to do that. But it's so pretty. I can see why there's like a cult following of it. So I used my own color conversion, and the only change I made on that was there's a smaller lowercase alphabet that's usually here after each letter. There's usually a lowercase, and then there's an alphabet that goes across the bottom border. But my friend Darlene Ohio Stitcher stitched it, and she omitted both of those, and she's a genius, so I just copied her, and I'm really happy with that. So yeah, I need to get that one framed. All right, so this is another one out of that sister's book from Blackbird Designs. This is At First Cock's Crow, and I stitched mine on Havana. That looks like Havana.
This looks like the old weeks.
Right, and I don't know the count. I want to say either 36 or 40. It's a higher count. I used the called for colors. The only change that I made was I changed the moon to be a crescent moon instead of that full moon with the face. I don't know.
It's so funny. So many people change the moon.
Yeah.
It's like people just don't love the moon.
It's kind of, well, I mean, it's fine how it is. It just kind of looks a little bit out of place. Yeah, like a little bit cartoony for the rest of the pattern. But, I mean, it has its merit. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if I would say that there's one Blackbird book that I've stitched the most out of, it's definitely that sister's book. I think I've stitched 3 or 4 patterns out of it, which is...
I hope it's still in print.
I think so. I think it's still in print. I'm going to feel really bad if it's not. Okay, so this is another Blackbird book. This was As Blossoms as the Rose, and I was so excited when this book came out because I love everything in it. So this is... Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Quaker Family Register pattern.
Oh yeah, this is another one that's very you.
Yeah, and okay, so funny story about this.
This is the book.
So I initially stitched it, and I finished it. I got my husband and I's initials in there, and like where we got married, the year we got married, and all kinds of other stuff. And I never framed it. And then my parents, how many years have they been married? 40th wedding anniversary was coming up, and I was like, oh, I want to gift this to them. So I picked out our initials and like the date we got married and everything, and then I was gonna stitch in their information. And I never did. So now I just have nothing in there, and I've got to go back in and restitch my husband and I's initials and everything. So I don't know. Big ambitions, lack of motivation to get things done. So I do really want, this would be like a front entry piece for me because it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
So I stitched it on 36 count Bramble by Picture This Plus, which is one of my favorite Picture This Plus colors. It's like a gray taupe white. And then I use the called for Fancy Floss. So
beautiful.
There's lots of patterns in that book that I'd love to stitch. Okay, this one.
This is so cute.
This is another don't do what I do. Don't stitch in the very middle of a piece of fabric that you'd like to use again for other
Everyone
things.
has made that mistake at some point.
I don't even know why or what I was thinking. So this is Hello Fall by the Scarlet House. I stitched mine on 36 count Hog Bristle by Fox and Rabbit, which is a gorgeous color. I did change the colors. So I was inspired by Susan414 on Instagram. She did the same thing. And the same kind of color palette, so I copied her. And it's kind of hard to tell, but some of the lines in between are like a cranberry color, so it's like cranberry and orange and brown and white, and it's just really pretty, really fall to me. I think the original pattern has more of like a golden, it's like kind of got like a golden yellow and brown, which is really pretty. I just really fell in love with that one.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, I see the cranberry. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Here, you want to give that to me? I'll put it back.
All right. Okay, again, I did the same thing on this one where I stitched like right in the middle, which is, I guess I could use the top and bottom.
This is
if I
from
wanted.
the Christmas.
The Home for the Holidays book from Blackbird, and I think this pattern actually is like it's called Home for the Holidays. It's by Blackbird Designs.
It's a lot of stitching, huh?
Yeah, it is. 36 count vintage navy bean by Lakeside Linens, and I used the called for. It says some substitutions. I don't really remember. I think maybe the house I changed the color of. But this one also has some beading on it, which I'd never done before, which was really fun. And I think it has some lazy daisies around the neck. So it's really pretty. I definitely want to frame this one. I don't want to make it into a pillow. I want to frame it, but I have no idea what kind of frame. Like, I don't know if I want gold or like a brown.
Yeah.
Even a teal, maybe, like that kind of house. I don't know. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
All right. This was a pattern that we got at the 2018. I don't remember what the name of the retreat was. Something Primitive Christmas.
Primitive Traditions?
Primitive, yeah. A retreat that we went to at the attic. And Chessie and me was one of the designers there, Linda. Of Chessie and me was one of the designers, and this was our that was
the project we got. I love this one so
Peace
much.
and Goodwill sampler, and she's released it since then, so you can definitely get it now. But she had the model there when we were there, and it was beautiful, and I again went all in after we got this, and you finished yours, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I can't remember if
it.
Michelle's finished hers.
Oh, I think she did when she was going crazy last.
Yeah.
year, right, working on it. She was devoted.
Yeah.
She was determined. I'm sure she must have finished it.
Let's see. This is definitely not melt. What did she call for? Model stitched on.
It was a kit.
Yeah, we got it.
Like fine.
No, maybe. Let me see what she calls for really quick. She calls for 36 count vintage flagstone by Lakeside. So maybe it is a Lakeside.
This was pre-pandemic.
Yeah. With the called for colors. And I think the only change that I made was she had wording up here that says wrought by my hand, and then her initials in a year, and I omitted that and just put in more snowflakes. And I think I put my initials and a year up there. So I just kind of changed the layout of it a little bit. Yeah, really pretty, really fun pattern to stitch. Not too big.
It was really fun.
And that house is just, and the roof is the satin stitch, which I love.
It's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes fast. It feels like.
It does.
And it has a really cool effect.
Yeah, kind of like a thatched, almost kind of roof, which is really cool. Okay. This is actually my oldest finish.
Yeah.
This is Feliz Navidad by Blackbird Designs. I stitched mine on a piece of 36 count straw, but it was called Hot Mess. I guess they sell like mist dyes of some of their linen. I got a needle in a haystack, and I don't know.
Like a dark green one that's a hot mess.
Yeah, so I guess it's just like a mist dye of the fabric. So I stitched all that, and I love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I used the called for colors, and I don't know what it is about this pattern, but it's beautiful. It doesn't scream like Christmas, but at the same time, it's like festive and fun. I'd like to do all of the samplers in their Christmas line. I think
you've got like a French Christmas and a Spanish Christmas.
There we go. I think there's 4 Christmas samplers in their line, but this one is definitely my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah,
really pretty. Yeah, I think that's like.
Oh, that's probably what the hot mess is. Like
there's kind of like
stain
stains. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Okay, so this one I bought as a kit on eBay. I'm a sucker for la-di-da patterns. I don't know, I just think she has a beautiful aesthetic, and I love the stuff. So I got mine as a kit. It came with all the floss, it came with the fabric, and then the finishing supplies, and it's called Garden Bird's Toolkit. It's a readily available pattern. I mean, you can go and get it. So I did change the fabric on mine. I decided to go with a 32 count Stonehenge from Color and Cotton, but then I used the called for provided floss. So this one is a little frustrating. First of all, it's beautiful. I love it. But I accidentally stitched the alphabet upside down. So what you're supposed to be able to do is fold it right here in half. So like on one side of the toolkit, you've got the birds, and then, or sorry, I guess I didn't stitch alphabet upside down. I stitched my initials. Yeah, that's what I did. So this is supposed to be the other side, but I wasn't paying attention to the instructions, and I stitched my initials upside down. So I could tear it out and restitch it. It wouldn't be that bad, but then I've also thought, if I don't want to stitch it into a toolkit, then I would just frame it, and I would just take off the alphabet.
Yeah.
Right there, and just frame the top part. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do with that one yet. But I love like the gray and black and red together. I think it's really pretty.
It's beautiful. Gorgeous.
Okay. This was a very recent finish for me. This is Autumn on Marigold Lane by Pineberry Lane, and she has an awesome website where you can download her patterns as PDFs. It's fantastic. You like log in and you've got all of your patterns there, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of them like on your computer, which is really nice. So there's my finish. I stitched mine on a piece of 32 count tin roof, and I picked I used some of her colors, but then I picked, most of them are my own. I think the houses are black, called for, but I wanted a really dark navy blue.
Yeah.
Is it navy blue or is it black?
That's blue. That's blue for sure.
Yeah. So I'm happy to provide my conversion for that as well, because I did actually write that one down. But I love this one. I love the sideways alphabet. I love that big pot of flowers, and I'm all about symmetry in a pattern. So this one really appealed to me on a lot of levels. And I do actually have a frame picked out for that. It's just like a distressed, you can kind of see the distressing on it. So I just need to get that laced and pinned and all that good stuff and pop it in the frame, and then that one will be ready to go. So square frames are really hard to find.
Yeah, the same
with
ovals.
You gotta custom.
If I'm at like an estate sale or something, I see an oval frame. usually buy it. Probably not the best habit because now I have a bunch of frames I'm not using in my garage, but
you'll use them someday. They're someday frames. Those are important. All right, this one is from the.
I think the book is in one of your WIP.
Sweet Land of Liberty, I think is what it's called. Oh yeah, I have it on here. Sweet Land of Liberty. Their Americana book. Liberty Rose. That was the other one I was stitching from that. Yeah. So I stitched this on 30 count scrap linen. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
But with the called for colors. And I might finish this one into a pin cushion. Just a big one.
Big old pink.
I don't know. I tend to want to frame everything, but then like I don't have the space to hang up, a lot of small things.
Yeah.
And I'm all about those cute vignettes, which
yeah,
are a lot easier
you and Michelle have the skill for the vignette. Mine's just like a pile of stuff. It's just like I can't vignette it. I need a vignette class.
The trick is you just set it up really nicely to take a picture and then
just leave out everything around it.
Yep.
Yeah,
no one's got to know. We curate. Okay, this one's gonna be really crinkly. So this is also a pattern that we got from that retreat at the attic in 2018. This is the Blackbird Designs pattern called Friendships Gathering. You may not be able to see it.
It's okay.
Okay, I won't.
You have a finished piece right there.
It's in a book.
It is in a book now.
Okay, it's in a book.
All of these are in the book.
Oh, that's right. Called Christmas.
It's the latest Christmas book that they did.
The Bells on Christmas Day.
Something like that.
I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, they're all in the book. And this is the only one I finished. I
think this might be the only one I haven't stitched. Yeah, it's the only one I haven't stitched.
Yeah, you've done the one in the red box, and they did
a pin cushion.
So this is finished into a. They called for it to be finished into a little bag. Yeah, and they even gave us a thimble.
Yeah,
which
Barb
was
gave us
awesome.
each a thimble.
So I would like to do that. I'm a sucker for a nice.
That's really cute.
A nice ditty bag.
Ditty bag.
Ditty bag.
Yeah, that'd be really cute in one of your vignettes.
One of my vignettes. So I like that one, and I think it's 32 count oaken. So they like their oaken.
Yeah, they do. Cool.
Can't beat a little pink house.
You're right. Bells on Christmas Day. And
Is
there's
that right?
Yeah, there's I think that's the name of the sampler too. That's in it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Okay. All right. This is a pattern by Threadwork Primitives called Summer Basket. This is one of her newer patterns. So this is in her Etsy.
We did a Sal.
Yeah, we did a Sal. Olivia, Michelle, and I did a Sal. And you finished yours. I finished mine. I think Michelle's really close to finishing.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Yeah. I think I did a combination of her colors and my colors, but the fabric I kind of went a little bit wild with.
I love it on this. Actually, this is one that's showing up weird.
Yeah, it's good. It's showing up. It looks really kind of blown out. It's like a blue, it looks tan mottled.
It's very hard to describe.
Yeah,
mottled brown and like a dusty smoky blue, but nothing like what
it's a color and cotton. One of her earlier ones. Unfortunately, I don't remember what the name of it is. But it's a 36 count.
Yeah,
and I think that the white pops really well on that.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And I think we both changed the colors of the strawberries, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Hers were more pink,
and
we went with more of like a red. So this is from the Blackbird Designs book, In Friendship's Way.
Don't show the chart.
My bad. This is called Welcome Dear August. I stitched mine on 32 count, just a scrap piece of linen, and then I mixed the called for and some of my own. And I actually made this for my daughter. I have a little box picked out that I want to mount on top of it and put maybe some of her, some of her little mementos and stuff from when she was little in it. So it just has her name and the year she was born. This was a really fun one. That bird is really, really cool. And I love borders. I think you do too. Borders that are different. Yeah, I think that's really visually interesting. Really pretty. Okay, so this is going to be another box finish. So this one is an out of print chart. It's a Blackberry Designs.
Pretty.
It's called a Keepsake Box and Pin Keep. I did a complete color conversion on mine. I did a lot more like
I
deep
love your conversion.
magentas.
I don't think I've seen this one in person.
Yeah, this is an anniversary piece.
Did you stitch this in 2000? Oh, okay.
No, it's an anniversary. So my husband
up.
and I got married in 2008, so it was a wedding piece. I stitched this.
That's cute.
I don't know, probably 5 years ago. We went to Hawaii for our anniversary, and I remember sitting there stitching it when we were in Hawaii. So it holds a lot of nice memories for me.
There's sand all over it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's see ocean water, sands. Just shake it a little, and you'll see some like debris.
It was beautiful.
I even bought a box for that one. So that one, I just need to mount it. That's just a finished wood box, but. Again, I have some things that I'd like to keep in there, and I want to do, what's it called when you put like the velvet inside and then you like, there's a word for it.
Oh no, I know.
It's not tufting, because tufting is when you like put buttons and then like sew it down. Someone does it.
Yes, Julie from Reflections.
That's
her
right.
husband Dan
does
it. That's a very good,
I feel like I need
valuable
to say
husband
like,
skill.
yes. She needs to teach mine. And some woodworking too.
Yeah, oh right. Yeah.
I need frames.
There was a time when my dad was like thinking about getting into woodworking, like you should do that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, maybe some frames. Can you whittle while you're at it?
I want to say fluffing.
Fluffing? Maybe it does start with an F.
I can't remember.
Oh, it's going to drive me crazy until I remember it. I don't remember. I'm going to look it up and I'm going to make you put it
across the screen.
All right. This is another one I got super obsessed with when it was a Nashville needlework market release from Hello from Liz Matthews.
I like to say hello
from Liz Matthews with one T. Don't forget one T.
That's cute.
Yeah, when she released this or like showed pictures of it, I was like, oh. So I went out and bought the NPIs before it even came out, and then I was ready. This one was really fun to stitch. The counting can be a little bit hard just because they're really spread apart. Figure out which way it goes. It's a little wrinkly. I need to get it ironed. But I stitched it on 48 count Patriots Brew by R&R with the called for NPIs, and this was the first time that I stitched with NPIs, and woo, they're nice.
Yeah.
They always provide thoughtful conversions.
I'm sure it looks
to DMC with their.
It's funny. To me, MPI and DMC do look the same. It's just it's the actual when you're stitching that you can feel the difference.
Yeah, and like we talked about, stitches seem fluffier with the
silk. Does seem a little like a slightly better coverage.
But those pops of like the royal blue. Is it blue?
Messing with me all week now.
Yes, that royal blue is really pretty. So I think I have a couple of other patterns by her and Kathy Barrick that use that color, and lovely. Oh. I actually want to do.
What patterns are we getting?
I know, right? She has that winter Quaker Garden one that she just came out with. Do you know
yes, it was in our. I had the Advent. It was
is that what it was from?
And I was actually thinking of, I had some of that copper fabric left. I was thinking, what if I stitched it on that?
That'd be really pretty. I'd love to do it with that blue color.
Ooh,
yeah. I think that would be really pretty. I love her patterns.
Yeah, she is a gift. I'm very glad she came back.
That's a talented family.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, this one. So this, I think, was cool. Either a retreat or a club kit for a long time. She's since released it, I think last year, which was awesome because I hunted for mine for a long time. And I actually ended up getting it as a kit, again, off eBay. So this is A Pocket for Potions by Lottie Da. Fun little Halloween pattern.
So cool.
And then I stitched.
And you finished it.
I finished it.
Yeah.
It's a little hanging pocket. I put some
put the
some
thingy back
fake
in there.
little. I don't have enough in here right now, but
I like the pop of color.
Yeah.
Laying it down, it looks great.
Yeah, and I need more in there, but I hang it on my door. Super fun stitch. Love the colors. It's two Glorianas. It's Gloriana Antique Black and Coffee Bean, which the variegation in them is just amazing. I'm using Antique Black in one of my other pieces. yeah, I could definitely go down the Gloriana rabbit hole as well.
Yeah,
those are some nice,
very pretty.
Those are some nice flosses. So, like I said, that one is available now, so you can go out and buy them. And just like throwing things everywhere.
That's okay. It'll come together in the end.
This one is the Button-Eyed Cat by the Scarlet House. I just did a 36 count of scrap linen, and then I did my own color conversion. I haven't laced or anything yet. I just stuck it in there. I don't need to know. This is so cute. I love the vintage retro cats.
I love retro Halloween.
I would put them everywhere if I had them. So this pattern gives you the option of doing the eyes as either buttons or you can do them as stitched. I did stitched, but I've seen it done with a button. She's my friend.
We've only got a couple of them. I'm gonna hang on tight.
It's okay. I won't leave.
Find people who understand your weird.
But yeah, I've seen it stitched with the buttons, and it looks really cool too.
And you also like pumpkin people, you know?
I do.
Like certain stitchers like
Actually,
certain things.
it's weird. I almost just like the pumpkin heads. Like I could do without the bodies.
Oh, gotcha.
I just like the pumpkin.
You
heads.
like a pumpkin in a good hat.
Well, like Prairie Schooler has a lot of the vintage Halloween, vintage kind of feeling Halloween ones, and they have a lot of like just pumpkin heads, and I don't know, and then but like Pineberry or not Pine, is it Pineberry Lane?
She just came out with one.
Is it the Matilda Horn, or is that not
that's not forgotten?
Okay, I love that one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Pineberry Lane has a lot of great ones too. So I think she does the fancy black ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just have 3 more, and these ones are actually framed, or at least tentatively framed. So this is another obscure kind of la-di-da one called Oh Birdie, and I don't see this one readily available. I had to get mine off of eBay, but I don't know if she's still like printing it or not. But I did mine on 35 count, again, scrap linen. I don't know what it is, and I did the DMC conversion.
You gave me this pattern. I want to stitch it too.
I love it. It's just
and you framed this perfectly. I know you didn't. You dip. It was like you had a smaller frame.
I did. I had a smaller frame that kind of cut real tight, and I think that you were totally right that I needed to go up a size and let it kind of show through. Yeah. So yeah, it's just really like, I don't know, simple and classic and cute. Gorgeous. So this is one of my all-time favorites, and this one's kind of interesting because, so this is from the Sisters book. This is called 1861 Antique Sampler, and I stitched it on 32 count sandstone Jobelin by Color and Cotton, which I loved. I didn't know that I would like Jobelin as much as I do, but it's very kind of stretchy and so when I first,
right?
Yes,
like thick fabric.
Yes, and when I first saw the colors for this, I wasn't sure because it had like that bright orange and pink and kind of like a gray, like it kind of looks blue, but this is gray, and I wasn't sure. And then all the way through until almost the end, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And then when it was done, I cannot get enough. I would convert a couple of other samplers in that Sisters book, the Shield Sister samplers. I would convert that to these colors and do it again.
Great frame choice again.
I found this at a thrift store, and square sampler, square frame, pick it up for sure, and it ended up, it cuts it off a tiny bit, but I'm okay with that. I like a close framing, so so that one does hang on my wall. I love that one. All right, and then my very last one is, and this is it's a little loose. This is Hannah Carter, 1838, by Shakespeare's Peddler. I stitched it on a 40 count iced cappuccino by R&R, and I used Gentle Arts Raven. And I don't remember, I think the taupe color is just a DMC. I did this as a Sal with Megan, the wide-eyed stitching child. She finished hers way faster than I did, and then I kind of got inspired to finish mine. I love this sampler. It's classic, it's beautiful, it's simple. I love the sentiment at the bottom. I want to have a black sampler wall, so this is kind of like one of the big pieces that I'd like to display on that.
So cool.
Yeah, beauty in the simple, and I really like it. And then the frame was, again, a thrift store frame that I just painted black. It's got a nice little detail to it, so I need to pin and lace it and get it up on my wall.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that.
You are so welcome.
That was impressive and fun.
Thank you. It's nice to share what you work on and what you do.
Yeah.
So it sounds cliche, but like I love seeing people's stuff on Flosstube, and I know it's a lot of work to get stuff out there. So I'm really appreciative that people take the time to share what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's just nothing.
Instagram too. I've learned so much on Instagram. It's been so inspired.
Yes.
Seeing things I never would have heard of. Same with the quilting. Like I just not exposed to that stuff outside of Instagram and Flosstube, right?
So. Right. Yeah. It's not like we have any other friends who cross stitch. They probably are like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, cross stitch me a sweater.
It's nice. It's nice.
nice. Yeah, nice is the key word. Yeah, but anyway, thank you everyone for watching. And yeah, see you in the next one. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.